What's my cue?
Hey bestie, it's Katie Wasserman. I am a mom, an esthetician, the owner of Flagstaff Skincare Med Spa, and Prickly Bear Skincare, a post-hair removal line. I started Beauty Talk Confessions because honestly, I got tired of how fake the beauty industry can feel. The conversations that happen between wax strips, peels, and facials that no one ever talks about publicly, we are gonna go there. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's peel back the layers, one confession at a time. Welcome to Beauty Talk Confessions, where the secrets come out and the glow gets real. Welcome back to Beauty Talk Confessions. I'm Katie Wasserman, and today I am going to talk to you about all the supplies you need once you decide to go out on your own. So when I decided to go out on my own, I started with specifically offering only waxing services. And then I decided after a year and once the business got booming to start offering facial services. So I'm going to explain to you guys the different supplies that I needed when I opened first my waxing studio, and then what I got additionally as I transitioned into a facial studio and offering facial services. So ideally, you guys are going to want to get a few different supplies for waxing. Things that you're going to want to get is going to be a waxing bed. Ideally, a hydraulic bed is going to be a good investment. This is going to be something that you guys are going to be using daily and throughout your whole career. It will last you your whole career. And so that hydraulic bed is going to save your back, save your body. Definitely number one recommendation. With this bed, you want to get something to cover the bed, something that is antimicrobial, something that is waterproof. This way you can cleanse the bed and protect the bed between clients. So we have our bed. We also need to have a wax pot. I recommend getting a wax pot that has multiple bowls in it, either 2 or 3. This way you can have the wax that you will be using in the room and you don't have to go out and fill it up throughout the services. So you want a wax pot. I love having my wax pot on a wax cart. This allows me to keep all of my supplies in one specific place. And it also allows me to roll the wax cart over to my clients so that I'm able to protect my body and protect my body mechanics. This can also help you with reducing your times. So that is ideal. So we have our wax pot, our wax cart. On the wax cart, I love having a trash can with a lid. That way it's just right there. I can throw things away. I also have gloves in my wax cart, and then I have some sticks for waxing. So you guys want to have sticks for brows, lip, depending on if you use different stick sizes, and then the tongue depressor sticks for intimate areas. We also want to have strips for our soft wax if you guys do soft wax for larger areas. On top of that, you want to have scissors, tweezers, and brow spoolies. This is really, really beneficial for your brow and facial waxing services. And we want to have some cotton rounds or 4x4s to help apply pre and post products once we are done with the service. So that is basically everything that you need on your wax cart. Some extra things that I like to have is I like to have dental bibs. These are really nice to use as my protective base for my facial waxing services. And this way I'm not using so much laundry or going through so much laundry. Besides the antimicrobial sheet on the bed, I like to use an actual sheet during our waxing services. You guys can either use a sheet, you can use a waxing pad, or you guys can use a paper for the bed like you have at the doctor's office. So that is also something that you are going to want to get. And then another thing that I found really helped me achieve better services and really get detailed on my waxing was getting a mag lamp. This changed my waxing game, you guys. I had worked for a waxing studio before where we did not use a mag lamp or a light, and it changed everything for me, especially during those days when my eyes might not be working. Lighting is not as good as it could be in the room. Having this mag lamp with a light on it, you can bring it in and check your areas. It's also really nice if there's any like stubborn hairs around the lip area to use that. So that is all the basics that you guys need. If you guys are going to be offering intimate services for waxing, I find that it's really nice to have a rolled up towel so that clients can cover themselves. It gives a little bit of modesty during that service. And so it's really, really nice. We also offer a cleansing wipe here at my spa so clients can give themselves a pre-cleanse. I still pre-cleanse that area I'm going to be waxing, but I give them that just so that they can feel a little extra clean and not feeling in their head or anything like that. So we have now all of our supplies for our actual services, but we need to make sure that we have wax, pre and post care products, and finishing products. So I love to use, like I said, I have a hard wax that I use for my facial and intimate areas. And then we use a soft wax for larger areas. We have a soft wax in the wax pot. And then I also use a soft wax as a roll-on that is a one-time use for those larger areas and for each client. With that, I have my pre-cleansing spray. I also have my pre-oil that I sometimes put on the skin. I like to use baby powder. I use a talc-free baby powder. And then after my wax, I have a post oil and I like to use an ingrown serum. So I also have those out on my cart. So that, you guys, is everything that you will need for waxing. But if you are someone who is a waxer and you're wanting to transition and grow your business and start offering some facial services, or if you are starting out on your own and you just want to go all in and offer waxing and facial services, there are some additional items that I recommend getting to be comfortable and have the correct supplies for facials. So as we start doing facial services, the things that I got for my spa, I purchased a different set of sheets, fitted sheets, flat sheets, and blanket for facials. I also have some microfiber towels that we will use for hot steam towels to remove products during the facials. Besides this, I like to have little Pyrex dishes for water bowls. And then I also have smaller Pyrex dishes for our enzyme or mask products. For facials, I like to have fan brushes, square brushes. I like to have extracting tools, lancets. I have 4x4s that are non-woven. I also have gauze 4x4s, and I like little sponges in the room. We have cotton rounds, and then we also have Q-tips. Q-tips are really, really nice for applying lip gloss, or if you are doing a chemical peel or any more intense service, you can apply Vaseline to those areas with that. So that is basically everything that I have supply-wise. Some additional items that are really appreciated by clients during their services is I do have a bed warmer. I have my business in Northern Arizona, so we do experience all 4 seasons. It gets pretty frigid here in the winter, and having a bed warmer is just a cherry on top for clients when they're sitting under there, especially if they're getting cold from a facial or anything like that. We also love to have a steamer in the room. We like to use steamers during our facial services. So we will steam during some of the application of the facial products. And those are the 2 extra items that I recommend. And oh, I totally forgot. You guys want to also have a mirror. So a hand mirror. Hand mirrors are going to be no ifs, ands, or buts if you are a waxing professional, or if you are going to be doing any brow services or lash lifting services. Definitely make sure to have that hand mirror so that you can hand it to your guest and show them what they did and see if there's anything that you need to adjust or confirm that that's what they're looking for. So that's it, you guys. That is all the supplies that you will need to start off your own business. And once you have all those supplies, you then want to think about the wax that you will be offering. And if you are going to be doing facials, what product and product line you want to bring into your facility. And we will talk about that on a later episode. But I wanted to give you guys, like I said, just a breakdown of the list. We will have all of this in the show notes below, plus links for my favorite products and my favorite supplies that I have purchased for the spa so that you guys can take a look at it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This was Beauty Talk Confessions, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being a part of this space and for listening to today's episode of Beauty Talk Confessions. I wanted to take a moment and recognize our amazing sponsors, Prickly Bear, a desert-curated post-hair removal skincare line with pre- and post-care products created to support healthy skin beyond the treatment room, launching this summer. If this conversation resonated with you, make sure to follow the show and share it with someone in the beauty industry. Staying connected is how we grow, learn, and support each other. You can also follow us on Instagram at Beauty Talk Confessions and Prickly Bear for updates, behind the scenes, and more conversations like this. And if you have a moment, leaving a review helps this podcast reach more people who need this conversation too, and it would mean the world to me. This is Beauty Talk Confessions, and I'll see you next week.